Hello, how you doing? Hi there, everybody. Welcome to the show. Nobody's here. It's fine. Um, where are you? Where am I? Let me tell you a little bit about it. What is this thing around my neck here? Nobody knows. Nobody cares. Where is Kauai? Is it in Hawaii? I got a lot of questions today. Why is that shark open with open mouth, and then there's things inside the shark's mouth that can't be inside a shark's mouth? I don't know, man. Somebody must have been messed up when they. All right, so this is my guitar. I have a guitar. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. Can you believe it? It's a time for another Wednesday's stream day. It's time for yet another in the many. I got 1,000. If I sat here saying many 1,000 times, that's roughly how many streams I have, and they're all about the same. But let me tell you about it. For one thing, where you are right now, that's the introductory section. That's where I talk about things like the Himalayan salt lamp, the don't care, the Twitch glitch sign, the don't care, the love Lego. For some reason, I don't care about anything else. But those are the elements that produce the background, I think, the effective background for my regular Twitch stream. Also YouTube. I always say it's a Twitch stream, but it's also a YouTube stream. Plenty of people come in on the YouTubes. I'm looking at the YouTube chat. I'm looking at the Twitch chat, and they'll pop up there should anyone say anything. But that's fine. My little show does not depend on user participation. It's always welcome, sort of. But it doesn't depend on it, because let's tell you about it. There's going to be some flying around. I'm going to be using today the beautiful Bluetooth controller in order to help motivate myself into doing things, using these little thingies on it. All right, the buttons. And also the drink of the day, the beverage of the day. This is a freshly poured glass of Diet Coke with ice in it from the can. Never drink from the can. Don't drink from the can. I used to when I was a kid. It was like super efficient. Like I was thinking about this earlier. You just drink from the can, you throw it away. There's no waste. You don't have to clean anything. But now I'm more into the whole experience of enjoy the pouring, the ice, the condensation. See what I'm saying? It adds to the experience, I think, And that's damn fine Diet Coke right there. It's FIFA Coke. FIFA Coke. Thank God FIFA is done. That was the world's most boring sport, man. They got to retire soccer or make the goalpost bigger so we can get more scores. That was my idea. Some people's like, "Oh, you're a genius. Make the goalpost like a couple of foot bigger. Why, more spaced out. Make it much easier to make a goal. Much higher scoring games. Much fewer ties at 0-0. I'm just talking about soccer for some reason. I'm not a sports expert. In fact, I really don't do sports. I kind of like watch baseball every now and then, but just as a background, just in the background. Or football. I get a little more excited about football, I guess. Not really. I used to a little bit, not too much. Anyway, so today's introduction, it wouldn't be an introduction if I didn't kind of make a little prediction on what the future of today's show is going to be like. And that's going to be me flying around in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Don't know where I'm going to go. Don't know particularly what plane I'm going to fly in. All I know is I'm not going to go where I went yesterday. Or Monday. I'm not going to fly around in the plane I flew around in on Monday. After the flying around, 45 minutes or whatever it takes for me to kind of relax and have a good time flying. There'll be the big brain games. That's where we queue up the Octurtle, the Quirtle first. The Quirtle, the Revealed, the Reunion, the Tightrope Trivia, the Loop, the New York Times Connections, and finally the Octurtle. Roughly, not sort of in that order. And then there'll be the short break, the musical break, during which I will be frantically bringing in all the pieces for my piano lounge setup. There's a stand, there's the piano, there's everything that has to plug into the piano. There's the pedals, the pedal unit plugs into the piano. It's a long story. I'm just telling you about it in advance, but I generally get it done in the 3 minutes it takes to think I gotta move my cameras around. Sometimes it takes a little longer. It doesn't matter. After which, once I get my piano set up, it says Ken's Piano Lounge. It's just the regular, plain old Girl from Ipanema, Misty, some Steely Dan songs, that kind of thing. A bunch of, whatever I normally play. Flash Dance, same order. I just like doing it. I memorize those songs, so I want to keep playing them. And that's going to be the web stream for August the 5th. Look at that. August the 5th is what we got. And you might as well get started. I believe we have pretty much talked our way out of the introductory section of the game here into the gaming section of the game. I'm in the correct category, the Microsoft Flight Simulator category. First, before I even think about where I want to go, this is key to me. What particular air conveyance should we use? I mean, catches my... And by the way, some of these I like more than others. It's for various reasons. I always do enjoy the Britons. The Islanders. But I always get that. Then I have to do an island flight, which I don't necessarily want to. Let's just see what we got here. Ventura, we flew recently. The 181's nice. These are pretty dull, but acceptable. I'm never going to fly that Cirrus Vision jet again as long as I live, unless I figure out what's wrong with it. That's my Free Liberator. It's a nice plane. Now someday I should fly a helicopter, but I want to practice. I need to practice on those on my off-stream days, like so that I get reasonably good at it. But we've flown the Warhawk recently. I think it's been a while. You're flying from Glasgow to Belfast. Okay. I thought, yeah, I'm kind of surprised that you're actually flying, because I thought you were driving and pirating. But it's good to see you back in the. I know how it is, the lure of the sky, the lure of the skies. This one is nice and brightly, kind of reflective. I like it. All right, well, let me see if I can find you. You're still on US East server, though, right? The regular server. With your virtual schnauzer. Oh, you bought the pet pack. Let's see if you're in the if I can see you in the area. Yes, I can already see you. I think right. You're going south. I think you're there, right? Yep, there you are. Okay, so if I took off from here, took off from the runway, might be able to catch up with you. No, I see you. I see you're on the map there. Start on the runways. I'll save a little time. Yeah, this is a little faster. It's definitely because it's a warplane. Why am I facing the wrong way? Okay. Oh, and it's raining where I am. I don't think it's raining where you are. It's kind of cool though. Let's just see if we got everything going here. Okay. Engine's going. I think flaps need to go to that position for takeoff. Slight positive trim. Get some engine power building up. We still have the brakes on. Release the brakes. Full power. Uh-oh. Let's get some side wind here. Should be okay. Gear coming up. Gear up. Gear fully up. Flaps up. Alright, we want to head kind of southwest if I think I'm going to find you. But at least I have my nameplates turned on. I think you might be... I should be able to see you on the map. Alright, so we're going to go to here. We got water streaming off the cabin here. I do like that effect, the high-speed rain effect. Alright, we got to measure what's going on here. Throttle, mixture should be there. Propeller should be there. Okay. Yeah, I just took off from EGPK. So yeah, well, I see you on the flight planner. We can get some buffing in here. Yeah, I do. I think I do. You are heading away from me, right? That's you, I think. But I think that's you. That's where you were before. But I'm quite a ways away from you. think. Look at that moving around over there. Somebody's slewing. Okay. Yeah, it's going way faster than a plane could. You're heading 217. Yeah, I can see that. I'm heading to 210. What is that? 230. Let's see. So 217. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can see you're heading. Let's see. What's my speed here? I got a real heavy nose. Let me set my trim here. Okay. All right. So I'm probably going to catch up with you, but it'll take a little while. So you're heading to. Yeah. That's a ways. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna. It's gonna be a long overwater flight, so I'm just gonna say hi from here. I'm gonna stick to the land. That's how I roll. I figure if we're gonna be here, I kind of want to see what's on the. You know, water's not as you understand. It's not as picturesque. This part of the United Kingdom. Has been improved to the point where it does look really good. And these are really interesting weather conditions with clouds and sun breaks. So what's this place here? Dunure. ILS landing in the Warrior. Oh, for sure. That's challenging. And it's a good thing to know. I mean, the real pilots have to be able to do ILS landings. But yeah, I'm more of a good weather lander. But we got this beautiful hillside here. Yeah, oh yeah, I don't even have autopilot. I believe this plane is a little too old to have been retrofitted. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It does, and of course I prefer not to, to be swooping around, getting that feeling. So, but that's fine. It's a great location. You got like these little plantation estates down here. And I never tire of flying over the United Kingdom. But which exactly island are we on here? What does this say here? At least I have consistent points of interest. Kirkoswald. Well, that's got the steam gauges. Kirkoswald. Maybe it's not pronounced with the. Right. So you can see here, we are in Scotland. So that means we're on the island of, what is it? Anyways, it's got a name. It covers Scotland and London and England and Wales. So yeah, we probably aren't pronouncing anything right. We're not going to probably hit, it's a big country. We're not probably going to get all the way to England. But yeah, Scotland looks great. Of course, I've always wanted to go to Scotland, but only just to go to the distilleries. We'll get a distillery tour. And then you gotta go to the Highlands. You gotta go to the Islay. You gotta go to the. I'm not getting my trim set here. There we go, 4% trim. There we go. But we are making good time. There's like a little island out there. It's like a cone. I see you, by the way. You can barely tell if you're watching my stream, but I see Hobie staying well off in the distance there. So I actually see you. I can see your dog in Discord now. Hold on a second. Aww. Here, okay, hold on a second. I'll show that. I'm going to show that to the crowd. Hold on a second. Give me 1 second here. Discord. So it's like what would you call that? It's like a schnauzer. What kind of dog is that? I assume you get a choice of pets and things like that. I might consider getting the pet pack. They have lots of cats, turtle, duck, and rabbit. Yeah, I might do it. I can see doing that. All right. Oops. There we go. Flying around a bit in this beautiful. And of course, this plane was a World War II era plane, but this is the P-40. This is not. I think this would not have been flying in Europe at that time. Beautiful little towns here, and the lighting is very dull. Yeah, I mean, interesting because it's cloudy, but it's not. Like the one. It was a schnauzer. See, I know a little bit about dogs, not a lot. But yeah, it's that kind of facial hair that you associate with that, the kind of face shape you associate with that. I just want to, now that I have consistent points of interest, I just want to explore all these little town names. But look at all these like hills and dales you get here. And of course, being northern, you know, being Scotland, it's going to be cold and wet. In general, it's not going to have great weather. I'm not super sure for weather. But that's what makes it the Emerald Isle. Pinmore. Well, if I can get a tuxedo kitty, you know, that would be a memorial to my Mo. But we can just see in the distance, we're heading down. There's all those wind turbines in the distance. But I just want to kind of follow these little roads here. Get traffic between this little town here and this little town here. Stay nice and low. A lot of fields. Looks like they actually are, you know, probably growing crops. Some of these are on slopes. And my understanding is on slopes, you're generally going to have animals living. They do better than trying to grow a crop on a slope for various reasons. But you can grow grass and then you can put sheep or cows on it. Pinfuiri. So I bet there's a lot of ranching or, you know, cattle. I love these town names. Never been here. There is a Tuxedo Cat. Yeah, I'll probably have to check it out then. So there's a whole field of turbines back there. We're still kind of coastal. You can still see the ocean there, but we're heading inland a little bit just to see what we can see for the terrain. And it's gorgeous. Scotland. I don't know if we're going to see any castles today. Of course, a lot of these pins are going to be just a point of interest. Or just a town. And then some will be airplanes or airports. Some of them might be like castles or point of interest, so we'll just kind of check them out. Yeah, and the detailing is really good in terms of different ways that the ground can look from the air. We got another giant field of turbines. Stay nice and low for this. How's our plane doing? Like to check the instruments every now and then. But everything's good. Looks like. Just getting that low-level turbulence I'd like to see. It's realistic. Fighting a little bit to stay up. The other thing you get in these planes is a lot of it tends to spin to the right because because that huge propeller in front is giving it forces, you know, opposite the direction the plane is spinning, and also gyroscopic forces when you try to turn it, and they can be very quite a handful. These planes that have a single engine with a big engine and a big propeller in front, very common design, but they don't just fly straight as you might think. Every time you try, you know, they like you make an easy snap left turn, and it's very hard to make a right turn. And you're like, what the hell's going on? Well, gyroscopic forces are helping you in one way and hurting and preventing you in the other direction, and that's how that works. If the engine was spinning the other direction, then the gyroscopic forces would be reversed, and you'd be able to make snap turns to the right and very difficult turns to the left. But you're just trained to do it. You're just trained as a pilot to naturally turn in one direction. It's kind of funny. Again, not all planes are like that, including single-engine planes that aren't really powerful. But these kind of planes are, meaning you really have to understand the nature of gyroscopic forces caused by the spinning. Speaking of spinning, there's all those wind turbines. Looks like they make a decent amount of power. They don't have a lot of solar energy, you know, the sun doesn't shine too much. But I guess they have consistent wind. And we're looking at some fun Scottish town names. I don't think we're really in the populated part of Scotland. We're not near like the main Scottish towns. I don't think. Well, I don't know. This is Cairnryan. Cairnryan? It's got an extra. It's like Cairn and Ryan, maybe? Cairnryan? I don't really think I'm probably much good at pronouncing these names. But I always like to try. It's a failure. Okay, so there's that airfield. Kennedy Airfield. Something Castle Kennedy Airfield? Is that what that says? right? But I'm still enjoying the kind of got the water. You got the little town names here. Intermesson. Okay. I just want to fly over this airfield. It seems like, is there an implication that there is a castle in the area? Maybe I'm reading wrong. What's it saying? I'm going to say castle. So, because it's, oh yeah, Castle Kennedy's right here. Okay. Don't say I didn't take you to see a castle today. It may not be the most impressive castle in the world. In fact, this looks like a town. I wonder if there is a castle even in it, or it's nearby. Because I'm looking around here, and unless it's really small, I don't see a castle right down there. There's a little town. But my guess is it's in the area. I don't see a castle there. I mean, I know what a castle looks like. I've seen castles before. But I'm guessing Castle Kennedy, I mean, there either is or was a castle. But it may not be there. I've never heard of it. It could be, you know, those are modern estates. And there's an airfield. And that's pretty tiny. Pretty tiny right there. It's got two little, landing strips there. Oh, I love these names. Dunraget? Dunraget? I don't know. Oh yeah, these are just little villages. All right, where the heck am I? I don't know. I don't care. Which way am I going? Oh yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, I'm heading that way. The next major town is this one in here. Let's see how much time do we have. Oh, we have plenty of time. So we're just gonna head east. Although Manx, is this Manx down here? Yeah, the Isle of Man, excuse me. It's kind of a haul, but the Isle of Man is supposed to look really good in the game. It's down there. It's about as far. If we fly to the Isle of Man, we kind of have to fly over a lot of water, which I don't want to do. Let's see, how much is it? It's about, oh yeah, it's about 30 miles of water. But we should do the Isle of Man sometime. That's right, this isle I'm looking at right here. It says EGNS, that's Isle of Man. But we'll go here. This is a pretty big city, right? This is Carlisle, fairly big city. Not a big city, but it's a town. But between there and there, I think all we're going to get is this kind of terrain, which is fine because I'm loving it. And I kept the actual time of day and weather on. You can see we're out of the weather, we're out of the rain. It's live. It's about 7 p.m. there, or no? It's almost 7 p.m. I think. Live weather's on, so it would be, yeah, basically just sundown here. Or is it 8 p.m.? It's late. But as I say, flying at sundown gives you these great texturing shadows on all these kind of hills, especially. And you get the trees casting long shadows. Some of the best looking flying in the game is at right around sunset, unless you're flying right into the sun, and then you get a lot of that glare. But we're flying out away from the sun. I still want to see if we can find an actual castle. You think they're spread out around here, but there's, you know, this, first of all, yeah, it's the middle of nowhere. Why would you have a castle out here? But usually it's not the middle of nowhere. It's just Western Scotland, which is not a very popular part. I think kind of the Eastern Scotland. I don't really know, actually. I don't want to say that. There's definitely lots of, I think these buildings all look like plantation-style buildings where they have farm workers living on site kind of thing. Port William. All right, very nice. Never heard of it. Checked out. Port William. Pretty small port. I mean, you're not going to have too many giant ships in there. I like that three-way roundabout somehow, though, you know? It's something you only see in the United Kingdom or in Europe. You don't see it in America. Roundabouts, yes, but three-way roundabout, kind of rare. Something, you know, it's just going to be little village upon little village for the next like 15 minutes, and then we're going to land. Exciting, huh? But I'm not doing this for the excitement. I'm doing this for the joy of flight. By the way, how are we doing? I got to double check my mixture. It looks like we're using a lot of fuel. What's it at? That's about right. Propeller, that's about right too. I think we're fine. We got 26%, and that'll get us to our destination. The simulation is performing quite nicely. What is this saying here in the red? Does it say something there? It says maintenance required. What does that mean? Oh yeah, it has a lifespan on various things. But I don't exactly know how to do maintenance. Oh, maintenance. I think we have to do this on the ground. Settings. I don't know what the settings are. Hello, settings. Maybe not. Map. Yeah, it's not accepting anything inputs. Interesting. It's not accepting any of this stuff here. Is this working? Are these working? That seems like a bug, because these are working, right? Like mixture I can change, but it won't let me click on the EFB or move it, which you're supposed to be able to do, or turn it off and on. Huh. That's a bug. It's definitely a bug. Right. But I'm not going to worry about it too much. It's not a deal killer, but you're supposed to be able to turn that EFB out. You're supposed to be able to interact with it, and it seems like it's crashed effectively. I clicked on that maintenance required. That may have been the issue. And that worked. Well, that works. Home. Why can't this work? I guess, yeah. Maybe you can't do anything until you fix the maintenance issues. Anyway, I'm not going to do that. Some planes have a realistic, oh, you fly the engine too much, you have to gotta do maintenance. What does it say here? Oops. That's not it. Any of these going to go right to the thing? No. None of these are useless. Okay. Because also I don't know how. Okay, so I click here. Maintenance required. It doesn't even show anything I can click on here. But I can go back there. But then I can't do any of these things. Can't do maintenance. But I can do that. So it's not like it's not working. It's like you've got some weird bug where once it's in that maintenance required mode, it won't do anything. Or even turn off. Oh, actually, if I click here and turn off. Oh, that didn't work. I just want to try stuff. That's the only two things I can see. I messed up. It's fine. I mean, the number of bugs, you know, this is an add-on plane that you pay for. It's definitely going to have bugs. The Garley Stun, again, these are just the smallest little bergs that you'd have a name on, you know. It's, I don't know where we are. All right, let's see where are we anywhere getting close to, oh, no, I'm in the wrong turn. Not like I wanted to go east. I'm like, why am I heading into the sun? We got a long way to go now. I don't think we'll make it all the way to this airport before I get bored. But are there any other? There's one down here, right? We just don't see them until we zoom in a bit, right? Like this one here. How far is that one away? Is that what I'm always looking at? Oh yeah, they're like 1,000,000 miles away. But we're in an area with no airfields, which is unusual. Well, I mean, it's not, but it is what it is. There's that one behind us. Let's keep flying. It's too high up in the air. Broke water. There's water. Let's see what there is to see. I'm having a good time. It's fine. I got another like 15 minutes to fly, so we should be able to make it. We are doing what? Almost 200 miles an hour. 190 knots, a little over. So there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to make it to somewhere. I'm just interested in, you know, I got this thing. You definitely should be able to show the map or turn it off. And it's in a weird state, which I don't. I'd rather just have it invisible. It's weird that it kind of partially works. I mean, I think that thing is, you know, the software for that thing is broken for that EFB. But again, those are, you know, those are add-ons. They're not part of the game. But I wonder if I need to download a updated version of this plane. They might have them. I think I bought this one from the store. Some I've downloaded. And the ones you download, you might have to manually update. Oh yeah, there might be a toggle, but yeah, well, you're seeing there. It's supposed. There is a. I mean, there's a button that says EFB on off power button, and it's showing on and off. But this thing is not reacting to it in the way it's supposed to. And nothing works except this maintenance required. But it doesn't show any actual maintenance or have anything you can click with. So it just seems busted. You know what I mean? It's just busted. Is it reacting to brightness changes? No. Yeah, I mean, it's like clearly not working quite right. It's worked before. But it's, you know, they're all different in different planes. You might not have this specific Indy builds P40. It's definitely an add-on. All right, we're hitting this. That's good. All right, so the water's that way. The rolling hills of western Scotland are right here. We'll be able to read a few more of these classic Scottish names. And again, you know, the other thing you'd want in EFB besides the map, which I really don't need, is maybe sometimes they have an autopilot, but I wouldn't use it anyway, so it's not a big deal. I just want to see, is there something on it? Maybe when you're on the ground, you can do maintenance, but you can't do it in the air. So I might want to check that when I'm on the ground after I've landed, check the EFB again, and see if it's different, because it does know, it is aware of that kind of state. Okay, so this is Auchencairn up here. Yeah, I have, as you know, I have plenty of military planes, and I could always use a few more, especially these little fighters, because they're nice and maneuverable. This is Auchencairn. And the only thing where I reasonably know how that's supposed to be pronounced is because there's a Scotch I like called Auchentoshan, which is spelled it's similarly in the beginning part. But I wonder if they make it around here. But again, I'm trying to see if there's, besides these are all just town names, if any of it's like Castle Blah or whatever, you know. See if there's some kind of castle we can check out. I haven't seen castles. But I have seen a lot of really cool looking tiny Scottish town names. And again, it's a really beautiful part of the world. You could tell something about the islands, something about these islands. Just the way they're put together. Very unique and very pretty, but not the best weather in the world. We're getting good weather today, but it's freaking August. You know? Expect decent weather in August. But even despite that, you know, it's not the desert. It's still very, very damp and wet. Portland. Sandy Hills. That seems evocative and easy enough to pronounce. Sandy Hills. I don't see a lot of sand around here. But, excuse me, maybe you need to be on the ground. Oh, I do see a golf course. You got to see a lot of golf courses in Scotland. This sport's country of origin. The sport, where you got you feel. Well, we got another 10 minutes of flying before we get to our destination. So I say it all the time. Yeah, easy 10 minutes, maybe 15. I don't mind doing a little bit of a slog because I find it relaxing to fly around. And of course, the only non-relaxing parts are the landing. It's been a while since I've landed P40. Yeah, we're getting sunset here. We're gonna get this up here. We're getting sunset here. We're getting a beautiful sunset. At some point, probably in this flight, the sun will go down completely, and it will turn into, you know, twilight effectively. And then the lights start coming on in the city. It's really pretty to fly this game. I usually just do a regular middle of the day flight, but I also like to fly in the realistic time and weather conditions. So we can pretend we're at the real place. Okay, we got Kirk Bean here. Kirk Bean. Okay. And then Goss. Carsathorn. Boy, these are tiny little spots here. I'm kind of surprised they even have a name. But the way we're heading is east, not that direction. So we're kind of going to zip over this thing. There's a lot of, this inlet here, but there's a lot more land that direction, which is where we're heading. But you see, I really like when the sun comes in from the back of the plane like that. We have a back view. I guess I can just look back. You can see it kind of illuminates the cabin really kind of a realistic way. We have multiple. We do have multiple tanks. Front wing tank, and there's another one. Oh no, there's one engine. Front wing tank. All right, so I need to do this. We could theoretically run out of gas. I think I have to switch tanks at some point. So the way we do that is go to aircraft, flight performances, massive balance, click on the fuel. Okay, so we're on the front wing tank, or we're on the rear wing tank. Which tank are we on right now? We're on front wing tank. Okay, and there's two tanks, but we're not in danger of running out of fuel in the front rear tank, although they're equal right now. Okay. At some point we might have to switch to the rear wing tank, which I think is basically the reserve. Oops. Every time I move away, it makes a sharp left turn. Again, these planes want to turn left because of the direction in which the engine's spinning, and the fact that they make snap left turns and very difficult right turns due to gyroscopic forces. All right. We're almost in sight, I believe, here. Well, there's that one there. Yeah, this is the runway we're going to land on. It's about 10 miles away. Oops, yeah, it's about 10 miles away. I want to stay low to the ground. All right, we got plenty of... what's the runway like? It's that one's pretty short. We'll find it. We'll figure it out. But meanwhile, I want to enjoy checking out the names of these Scottish towns. Okay, so we got back down to the ground view here. Cummer Trees. That is a very interesting name for a place to live in. But you only see there's like 30 people who live there. I mean, you know what I mean? You know, anytime there's a conflagration of more like 30 houses, they have to name it something. I don't think there's that. I don't know. We don't see that too much in America. But, you know, it's probably just thing. See, here's a town. Here's an actual town here. It's got a house, you know, a city center. There's Newbie, N-E-W-B-I-E. I bet that's a really old name, Newbie. But you know, we've changed the meaning of that. We got a little river here, we got a bridge. This looks like almost a medieval town. It's called Annan, A-N-N-A-N. Okay. And we're heading up the slough here, this little thing here. It's smaller and smaller, and eventually it ends. And then we'll be landing. But yeah, these shadows are getting extra long. They get about as long as they get in the game, and then they fade out. It's really quite realistic. They did a good job with shading and shadows. It's not that easy to do. And it does look better, certainly better in 2024. We got door knock there. Yeah, don't ring the bell. Just knock on the door and door knock. Get what I'm saying? Get what I'm saying? They don't like it when you ring the bell. And this place doesn't even have a name. It's huge. I don't know what's going on. We got all these little estates. And again, I think when you see a house that's on a big piece of land like that, it's or like a buildings. It's a plantation or something. And that's where the people who work the farm live. But they're paid. They're not slaves. I mean, they're paid. They get paid. I don't know. All right, rig. Okay. I'm just tripping off on all these random 8 million small cities in Scotland. Probably not going to come back here again. I don't even know where we are necessarily. I usually, if I'm going to start in Scotland, I'll start at one of the bigger cities, and we're nowhere near any of those. Like Gretna. That sounds familiar somehow. And there's the green right there. It's Gretna Green. That's what's... I'm not sure what that is referring to. Now, what's this big array of structures here? This is... What is going on here? Are these houses in this really regular array? I guess they are. This looks like maybe army barracks or something like to me. It's like really unusually planned out and kind of... I don't know what the hell that is. I'm saying. It doesn't look like any of the other communities in the area. You know what I'm saying? It's a big grid of buildings that kind of look like houses. I don't know, Alright, so the airport's up that way, I think. Let's find out. Wait a minute. The airport is this way. How close are we to wanting to get into landing mode? We're going to go out to this point of interest here. We're going to land. We are low on fuel. And my EFB is messed up. Okay. We're going to come out here. We're going to make a sharp left turn. We're going to land there at... you can kind of see it there. You kind of see it right there in the distance. That's where we're going to use a little power. We're going quite fast. So it's really neat to do it this fast. RPM down a little bit here. Slow down a bit here. Hopefully we'll slow down enough to get the gear down. Hello, gear, want to come down? There we go. Gear down. Going to Belfast? Oh yeah, that's another long haul kind of. All right, so we're gonna reduce power here. Come down. We gotta lose altitude here. Basically, we're gliding in here. This is Carlisle, and it's probably raining at the airport there. This is what it looks like from here. We're coming in kind of fast, but basically I'm idling the engines. You know what? I'm not coming in too fast. We're gonna have to crab in. Looks like we have some severe side winds here. Radar section down there. Well, those are lighting. Those are lights. At night you'd see they're lit up. But basically, towers are for light. So it looks like from here. You can see it looks like we're coming in kind of high up, and I have to crab in here. Okay, cutting off the engine here. Cutting the engine off entirely. Losing a little speed here. See if we can gently put ourselves down like a crab. Uh-oh. Now he's going to let us grab him. Nope. This has been happening in the simulation. Weird effects when you land. Yeah. I don't think we're going to try it again, but, you know, there's nothing you can do about that. It's been happening to SU. I've seen other people think it's happened to me a couple times, especially planes like this, but probably could get it to land if I knew it, you know, if I did it again. But now it just, what happens is it just goes, it makes a hard left turn as soon as you land. And it's not clear why, like, you know, and you can't steer out of it. So, you know, and you can't twist your wings out of it either. It kind of takes away from the game, but, you know, who cares? I mean, that landing was, the approach was fine. I know what I'm doing. All right, so what we're going to do here, we're going to stop here. Coming up cleats up doesn't matter when the runway. What I want to see is, when we come to a stop here, does this change whether we can do any maintenance? This is maintenance, so we can't click on any of these. Can't turn it on or off. Click on maintenance required. And then you can click on these. But this is not, what it should say is engine hours here, and it's not doing that. So it seems like it's crashed. You know what I mean? Just putting up this page. And then none of these do anything, which they're supposed to. Settings doesn't do anything. Can't turn it on and off. Yeah, it's just messed up. Interesting. And if you turn the engine off, what happens? Let's see, we can go to mixture to cut. Generator and battery off. That doesn't change anything, right? Still does the exact same behavior. None of these do anything. Okay, interesting. It's probably just, I bet if I restart it again, this plane would probably work fine. Okay, can I open the canopy with the power off? It's you know, it's just a mechanical system. It's just wire, cable operated. Anyway, I still enjoyed flying it, I don't know if the issues are with landing are part of this plane, part of the game, or just I'm a crappy pilot. I don't know. Doesn't matter. All right, that was a fun segment. I enjoyed flying around so much. Gonna do the whole thing next time I stream, which is gonna be Friday. How could anybody stream on a day that starts with T? What's wrong with you? How could anybody not stream on a day that doesn't start with T? What's wrong with you? There you go. Okay, quit to desktop. Quit to desktop. Base cam only. I'm going to bring up the first big brain game. And I am going to switch to the just chatting category. Give me a second here. Because we will not be flying around at any point in the future until Friday. Okay, just chatting. Correct. This is the first game I like to warm up with. Quirtle Extreme. I got a fun story about trying to find three better starting words. It's a long ass story though. I don't even know if I want to say. But basically, what I did, I've been playing these 3 starting words, which I came up with for like years. Okay, this is gonna only be surly, right? We got all 5 letters on the lower left. But then we have this one here. The Y is not at the end. There's an N and a T. So that could be... okay, follow my logic here. Could be tying. Oops. Because it could end in G. All right, good. Well, no other words end in G, but that's fine. All right, then we have a word that ends in B. You have your youngest grandson for a few days. Oh, well, that's fine. You catch up on the VODs. But who's going to help me out with the... Anyway, I do them on my own anyway. I do them on all these games. Boy, these are a little tricky ones here. Let's see. I think this word on the lower right, follow my logic, could be kebab. It's in the dictionary. By the way, knowing the words in the dictionary is about 90% of this game. And the only way you knew is by doing this a while. Okay, let's see. What is this one going to be here? This one could be valor. I mean, it could be some other things, but let's try valor. Okay. See, it's an easy game. Let's call it a warm-up game. All right. Game number 2 is the revealed in the order I typically like to do these things. So the revealed today, it's August 5th, 2026. Today's category is Animals and Nature. We got this game is provided for us on a daily basis by the fine folks at Britannica.com. Let me have some Diet Coke. Animals and Nature, and the correct answer will have exactly 9 letters in it. We know that. We know it. We know it more than we know anything else. All right, so this 9-letter Animals Nature thing. Any blank blank member of the class blank. Phylum Cnidaria. Cnidaria, I think. A group of blank blank composed of about 200 described blank, or the class blank, approximately blank species. The term is also frequently applied to certain other blank, such as members of the class blank, that have a blank, blank, or blank, blank form, as for example, the blank and the blank, including the blank, blank. Well, I want to do it the kind of the obvious guess here. See if it's the right one. Okay, it was not butterfly, which is good because that was the obvious one. I don't know what a cnidaria is, but I'm not going to cheat and look that up. Blah, 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 but class blah, it's in there, a group of blank, blank. Well, let's look at what this is. Animals, not help, comprised of about 200 blank, to certain other blank, members of the class blank that have a blank, blank form. As for example, the blank. I want to see what this is. The Hydromedusa. So it's like something really small. It's not plankton. A group of... I think these are very small animals. Because Hydromedusa is a very small term, is frequently applied to certain other blank that have a blank blank form, as for example a Hydromedusa and the blank. Bacteria have the right numbers? No. I don't know. No. All right. You're not seeing me do this, but it is what it is. Fine. It cheated, but most people are gonna, you know what I mean? So, and you know, and it is what it is. I say I don't have all day, but I don't know if I probably might have gotten this one, but they just gave away too much information. I think in that thing there, it's too easy to just look it up. I don't know if I would have Hydra Medusa also. Yes, something in the water that has many arms or many heads, effectively. So that was probably a good clue that it was a jellyfish. We're moving on. There's more games to play. There's a bunch more. It's a mixed bag. I'm not sure I'm going to call that one a win. All right, well, I'm going to do the trivia quiz next. Let's get that out of the way. You're setting up ILS for Dublin. Well, we don't have the important game is coming up after the tightrope trivia, the reunion. So that's the one I probably need help with. All right, this is the tightrope. It's the 9-question multiple choice trivia quiz. I consider myself a certified trivia master, which doesn't mean I'm going to win it every damn time, but I like to do it better. I like to do okay. It's so as soon as I hit that play button, the timer starts, and the speed in which you get the questions right is the biggest part of your score. So I can't wait for people in chat to tell me, even if they knew, which they won't. All right, so we're gonna move along and play the tightrope. Let's see how it goes. The song was in public domain. That was "Happy Birthday." I remember that. No eyes. Mole? Pesos did not constitute fair use. "50 years as Yankees has. Oh, I'm not going to know this one. First year in the minor as a Yankee. I wouldn't know these sports ones. Forget about them. I'm proud of not knowing the sports trivia. I mean, either you know sports trivia, or you know all the other kinds of trivia. Just It was the Monroe Doctrine, I believe, of those. That was quite a while it was before World War One. The equivalent to water with an extra oxygen atom. Hydrogen peroxide is described as that, I believe. Which makes it a good rocket oxidizer, rocket fuel oxidizer. Windowless buildings. Active oil wells. Yeah, when I was in LA, there was a lot of oil. You could see a lot of oil pumps and things. Norma favored trip to I think Boreal of these would be the right one. Let's try to get these quicker. I'm just trying to cross. Arthur Miller wrote Death of a Salesman, which I've seen a couple times. The expert plumber who was a man. I don't know. Put it out. All right, well, that's a cross. We'll have to see if we get the 2,000 point threshold. It's going to be iffy. I think we're close, but maybe not there. Yeah, not quite there. It's close enough. If I got in that one question, which I did not know the answer to, right? I could have guessed it correctly, but didn't. So there you go. It was that close. And the time bonus was not good. I was a little slow. I got to admit. I could have made up some time there. But it is what it is. It's one of the brain games, and we're going to play some more. All right, the next one is, as you know, in the order in which I like to play them, the reunion. It's kind of like a crossword puzzle, except, oh my God, we get very few clues today. Very few used to clues. There's T's on the row, with D's on the column or row. Oh my God. Oh, well, let's just take a while. Notice there is a Z. And 2 G's and a Y. And the Y is not at the end of any of these. So which means it's in some weird place. Could this word be abyss, ABYSS at the bottom? Because if it is, it will solve a lot of issues. And I think it is. Especially because you see how there's a yellow A and a yellow A. It kind of implies that the lower left corner is an A. I think the Y has to go before the S, and if that case, and we have a B available, that confirmed it. So it's abyss, and we can just get that in, and that's a good start because we have a word, and we haven't made any messes up, but we still have that Z. But now we know. Oh, we know what this word is now. It's zoology. This Z is on the thing here. We're doing well today. Zoology. That uses one of those G's. This word I think is going to be eased. E-A-Z-E-D, right? Wait a minute. No, there isn't an E. Oh, but it could be gazed. It can't be tased. Tased is in the dictionary. I think this D has to be at the end, though, right? I mean, come on. Ooh, it wasn't. Okay, so it's not gazed. Oh, but the D has to be here. Okay, that's fine. At least we figured out where the D has to be. And that means this word is going to be drove. There's only one possibility for this word, D-R-O something E, with the letters that we have. Won't be a perfect game. It's not taser. That's not in the dictionary, right? All we know is just it's not. It could be gazer, and then this word could be grandma. No, it can't be grandma. It could be grandpa. Okay, I figured all the words. This is going to be gazed. This is going to be grandpa because we have a P. Excuse me. It's a relatively easy one today. I think this is going to be gazer at the top, right? Or actually, it could just be gaze because maybe they're going to be where that D and the other thing is, right? But that means that what's this word here going to be? Yeah, this word just could be atom, right? Yeah, and I think it is gazer. And then it's going to be meds. And fortunately, we can interchange these and get the win. Oh, 16, that's a win. That's a big win. And I did it by myself. But that was an easy one. I admire this game. I did get one. We could have got this in 15, except I got one wrong. But I think realizing that there's a Y, and it wasn't at the very end at the lower right corner, or any of these ends of any of these words, which is unusual, it immediately thought that, well, what words have Y in the middle? There's not that many, or why are they beating like yacht, but that wouldn't have fit anywhere. But abyss did fit, and we had the B and the A. And that really helps when you have an edge word like that, because and then zoology, just there's a Z, and then we had the two O's, so by then it came out pretty easy. And I wasn't sure where the Fox and the Hedgehogs were going to pop out, but there they did, popped out right there. All right, that one's we can slam into the win column. What's the next one? We've done the reunion, we've done the Quirtle, we've done the revealed, we've done the tightrope today. The next one's going to be the loop. All right, so today, these are animal cookies, but they're technically called animal crackers, right? These cookies, right? And then we have a pool cue, and then we have a swimming pool with a dinosaur. I'm going to put the pool cue next to the pool with an inflatable dinosaur in it. What is this critter? He's got an elephant. I'm wondering whether that's related to the dinosaur. Okay, we got a safe cracker. Okay, and these are animal crackers. Got it? Safe cracker, animal cracker. Get it? And now we got, let's see, mouthwash. Okay, this is a tool a safe cracker often uses, a stethoscope. He's not using it there, but often they will use that. This is a barber pole. Okay. This is it's a conga line. Okay. What is this? Well, these are barbers. Okay, the barber pole and the barber's things, the comb and the things. Okay, that's good. So we'll put those together for now. Okay, these people are doing the limbo. Doing the limbo. What else do we have here? Oh, we have a guy pole vaulting. So I think barber pole and pole vaulting, right? Oh, and vault. So you think, but I'm sure safecracker, animal cracker, right? I'm not sure about that because now I think vault instead of the stethoscope, pole vault and vault safe. You know what I mean? We got the letter Q. Would that be next to the pool Q, right? Pool Q, letter Q. So we got scope mouthwash. So we got a stethoscope and then a scope mouthwash. This stuff smells like mouthwash. Barber pole, pole, that pole. This is something you dance under the pole. And a conga line is also something you do. I mean, this is not right, but I'm going to try this and see how far we got. We did pretty well. Look at that. Easy, 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 easy. It's done. So that's a win. If we only need one check, it's a win. Let's just get the how they link. Okay, animal cracker is inflatable alligator. Okay, so the alligator and I was right. The alligator and the dinosaur are representation of animals. Okay, so the pool Q next to the pool. Actually, I got that right. Letter Q, right? Conga line is also known as a Q. Got it. So that's kind of tricky. Conga line limbo symbol pole vault because they use a pole. Require a horizontal bar. Barber pole, barbicide. You got it. Scope mouthwash, stethoscope, safecracker. Okay, yeah, we got most of that. Let's see how this was. I'm sure related an easy one. Yes, this is an easy one, but we were in the top 43%. Effectively a place. Only 10%. They might have cheated. Got it. Without having to use any of those things solving. So it's fine. Again, as I call that a win as long as we only needed one. So there's the loop, and I have a very similar game coming up. We're running through the games today, but they're turning out okay. I'm having a good time at least. It's the New York Time connections. I like how my shirt matches the background color of the connections. In a sense, slightly contrasting. All right. So in the New York Times connections, they give us these 16 words and/or short phrases. Looks like words today. We got to arrange them into 4 groups of 4 by affinity, but we don't know what the affinity is. Could be a lot of things we don't know. And there's often a fake affinity group in play. What I call the 5th affinity group, which isn't just, it happens to be not one of the ones you want. There's also wordplay in play, like antonyms, homonyms, preceding words, antecedent words. Let's read these 16 things, see if we can suss out what one of these 4 groups is right away. All right. Lucky, mission, ranch, cattle, wrangler, investment, gap, steer, broth, pilot, Cape Cod, merchandise, drive, diesel, tutor and maneuver. There's an obvious one with ranch. I'd be careful because ranch could be ranch dressing. It could be a lot of things. I mean, we got cattle, steer, ranch, and is that what you're thinking of? Ranch and wrangler? That you think is that what you're thinking of? If I'm gonna let this sit for a second. That's the only one I think is kind of obvious, but I'm not 100% sure about it. Because you could have steer, drive, pilot, and maneuver, right? Drive, pilot, maneuver, and steer. Yeah, it could be ranch house. What do you think? But see, steer can't be in cattle as well as drive, pilot, steer, and maneuver, which I kind of think is better. One of those is the 5th fake affinity group. I'm going to leave it for a second, and you can see. So we either think it's wrangler, cattle, steer, and ranch, or drive, pilot, steer, maneuver, but it can't be both because steer can't be in both those categories. I kind of like drive. Well, let's think about this a little more. What about could maneuver be in something else? Think about not that, but there's other kinds of houses, right? There's a ranch house. There's a Cape Cod is a type of house. Tudor is a type of house, and Mission is these are all styles of houses, right? Should we try that one first? Tudor, Cape Cod, Ranch, and Mission. You think the cattle one is fake? Let's just try. We don't have all day. Yeah, the cattle one was fake. All right, so now we know it's drive, steer, maneuver, and pilot. That's got to be that one. We got the easy ones, which is good. All right, now we're looking pretty. Broth, Wrangler, Lucky, Merchandise, Investment, Diesel, Cattle, and Gap. Are some of these? The Gap is a store. You know, Lucky is a store, but I don't know if that's known. So what are these ones? Diesel could be a kind of truck. Wrangler is a kind of truck, but a Lucky truck, you know, or let's see. Broth, but there could be also, let's see, a cat is in front of cattle. Die is in front of diesel. This is gonna be the tricky ones. All right, give me a second here. Give me some time. All right, Gap, Investment, Merchandise, Wrangler, Broth, Cattle, Diesel, and Lucky. Huh. Cattle Drive? No. Cattle Ranch? Beef broth? Beef? Cattle? What else would that be? You got nothing either? How you doing? You got here late, but can you help out, please? We're trying to figure out basically just the last one of these. Okay, Diesel is a brand, and so is Gap, and so is Wrangler. You're absolutely right. And these are jeans, Lucky jeans. These are all jeans. Thank you. This is a group thing, but as soon as you said it there, I was like, right. These are not only are these brands, but these are jeans brands. There you go. In fact, that was the easy one. So we got it perfect today. Thanks to you, Hungry Schnitzel. We appreciate you. Broth cattle. My question here is, what do we think that we don't have to find it? It's the purple one. It's the hard one. But what is broth, cattle, investment, and merchandise got in common? Wow. I mean, we've already won. It's fine. We got it perfect. But I kind of like to know. I imagine there's, brother? No. Brother? No. Merchandise? Is there some word in there like vest? Cat and cattle? Stop. You okay? Stop. Are you all right? Oh, stock. Thank you. She got it. My friend got it. Broth, cattle, investment, and merchandise are all stock. Yeah. That's why she's in the. There is a chick in the other room. You don't want to know. These are stock. Broth is a stock. Is like chicken stock, or cattle is a stock. Investments can be stocks, and merchandise can be things that are in stock. So we got it. All right. Thank you. Broth, cattle, investment, and merchandise. What stock might refer to? That's what a That's what you call a group effort, and we got it in perfect. We did our own. And that's what we figured you'd comment. All right, I'm gonna do the last game on my own. It's the Octurtle. As you guys know, it's what I call the cleanup game. I like to do the hardest one. Ooh, this one here is gonna be a mass on the right because there's an upper left. There's nothing else it could be. Right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But that's just the easy one. Okay, so we got 8 more of these. Let's see if there's any easy ones here. There's always a few easy ones here. This one, I think on the lower left, I recognize this one. I think it's going to be cider. Yeah, no, it can't be dicer, which is a word, but it's cider. Get the easy ones down here. Let's see. We don't have any. Look, notice we know where the D is. There's an M. There's no vowels that are indicated, and we've eliminated all the vowels except U and Y. So this word could be muddy, M-U-D-D-Y. I mean, maybe it isn't, but let's try it because it gives us the U and the Y anyway. See, it was. And then, let's see, what do we got here? Something U-I-E something. This word is going to be quiet, Q-U-I-E-T, I think, which is good because that T was super handy. This one here, something R-A something N. Could be a bunch of things. Could be prawn or brawn or those two. Yeah, because I couldn't go between the A and the N besides the W. Two N's, no. That we have available. Vienna. Yeah, it's definitely prawn or brawn, but we don't know yet. Let's wait. All right, this one here. That's also not good. What do we got? Oh, wait, let's keep going. Okay, ends in L. There's a T, an E, and an A in addition to there. So it could be E-T-A-L. I'm going to guess beetle, B-E-T-A-L. It's kind of nut. It's in the dictionary. Wait, it's not in the dictionary. Oh, what was I thinking? A petal. Sorry, P-E-T-A-L. Sorry. Beetle. Okay, this might fit, but it could be wrong. Okay, perfect. And now we know there's no P in this word. So I kind of think this word has to be brawn. Right? I mean, it could be, and if it's not, it's something else. I thought it was brawn or prawn, if you remember. Then we used a word that had P in it, so we eliminated prawn and left brawn. See, I'm trying to get these with, as soon as I can. All right. All we know about this one is there's an A and a T in it. And then I don't think the A, there's not a lot of other letters involved. In which case the A is at the end. What could it be? But it could be, it can't start with A. So let's see, there's something. Oh, I got it. Faith. F-A-I-T-H. The F is available. The A could go there. The I has to go there. The T can go there, and the H is available. I'm happy with it. We're okay. We're doing well on the final game of the Big Brain Games. You know what's going to happen after the Big Brain Games? It's just going to be the short break while I set up my piano for the Ken's Piano Lounge. We'll mellow out and play the Ken's regular Piano Lounge songs. I mean, I will play them. You don't have to play them. In fact, you don't have to listen. All right. So what do we know? This is the last word. So word number 2. There's a T. There's an H, but the H is not after the T, which is interesting. There's an A. Do we know where? And we know it ends in an A. And there's an E. So there's pretty much only one word it can be because it has to end in TA, has to have an H, has to have an E, and could have another T. So that was what we call a win. Not only that, it's a big win because if you notice here, we had an extra guess. I didn't get any of these wrong. We started with a mass, blah, blah, blah. There was no incorrect guesses here. And so that's always what I call, no, it's just a win, but a big win. That's the final game of the Big Brain Games in the order in which we play the Big Brain Games. I know you're all sad that we've completed the Big Brain Games for today, but guess what? Friday, whole nother set of games. All the same games, but with different content. It's amazing. All right, I'm switching over to the music category here. Music category is almost engaged. And then I'm going to have to run my mid-roll. I'm going to have to get my piano out of that, music, out of the garage, which is literally a million inches away. It's a million micro inches. It's very close. All right, music category, mid-roll, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, I'll get my camera center point put there like that. Check one. Can you hear me? Put this behind me here. Okay, there we go. I got my new. I've been using headphones for the last 8 million shows. Well, not over 1,000, and now I got these inner monitors. I'm trying because just I don't know. They're a little more stylish, but they also have a slightly different sound. Check one. Yeah, they're working. One second, one thing here. I'll do a warm up here. My pedals working. Oh, they are. My cameras are working. All right, I'm gonna do this one. It's a warm up. All right, we're going to the regular. What is it? What is Ken's Lounge Act? It says right there, Lounge Act song list. All right, that's what it is, and that's what always shall be. Sometimes I add. Sometimes I, just a printout so I can change those. Oh, wait. Say a little prayer there. We're going to write into Breaking Us in Two by Joe Jackson.
I do them in the same order because it's a little easier when you've memorized them in a certain order. Random order wouldn't really make a difference. All right, I like that flash dance. Girl from Ipanema, why not? Hi, Streambo. Good to see you. All right, sorry about that. I don't really need these. All right, let me back. Where was I? Just one victory. Let me start over here. We'll go back to headphones. Give me a second. After the song. Give me 1 second here. I am gonna put these back on. I like them. I do like them wearing them. Which way did these go? This one goes on this side. It'll take a little while for some reason getting the. I'll probably get used to them at some point. All right, you put them in like that. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, just one victory. So let's do this one. Actually, sounds a lot better. Let's move on with, I don't know, what should we do next? I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. us there. Kind of running through my standards. Gotta get back to work. Alrighty. Okay, good. A couple more songs, I think. At least a few more songs. Let's do this one. Only just begun. just begun. Paul Williams for the Carpenters. That's what I want to do. Top of the World by the Carpenters. All right, whatever. Last song, Up Where We Belong, for Officer Gentleman. I feel like the song. I think that's going to be it for today. What with the 2 hours of streaming, 2 hours and 3 whole minutes. You know, I could go longer, but I like to keep some effort extra, you know, in the tank for the next stream, which will be Friday. All right, here's a myth. What's it gonna be like on Friday? You wonder. Nobody's wondering. It's gonna be me starting at the regular time, 11:30 a.m. I don't know what time it is where you are, but where I am, it's 11:30. It'll be me flying around simulator. The hell? That's probably a junk call. Hold on one second. It's a spam call I get every day. I got to get rid of my thing. They never leave a message. It's annoying now. It'll pick up in a second. Yeah, I'm so glad we had this time together. There's me talking. Just to have a laugh or sing song. They're not gonna leave a message. Sing a song. Didn't leave a message. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long. Put my camera away. Bye. See you next time on Friday. Thanks for coming by.